you give that to a quarterback who is above average, he can get you to the Super Bowl. Those are the only two ways to do it. And I'm looking at the Giants right now. The Giants have way too many holes. To do something with Daniel Jones, you need to get the defense playing at an elite level. You need to get him 2 to 3 playmakers. They have Saquon Barkley, but they don't have the offensive line. So they have one out of the 4 aspects you need to get a quarterback who is at the average to above average possible level into deep into the playoffs. And even then, anything could happen.
Let me ask you a question, Colm. Do you draft with the 6th pick? Are you drafting a quarterback? How do you want this draft to go? And do you draft? Do you definitely draft a quarterback this draft? What do you want?
Well, I mean, I would like honestly, I would like a quarterback. I don't really know a lot about the 3rd, 4th, and 5th guy because it seems like every single thing is coming out is quarterbacks are probably going to go 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
I like Jaden Daniels. Obviously, the guy out of USC.
Caleb Williams.
What's his name? Yeah, Caleb Williams. He's going number 1. There's no way the Giants are getting him. That's out of the question. I don't even talk about it. Jaden Daniels seems like he's going to go 1, 2, or 2 or 3. So I liked him. I'm not really a big fan of the North Carolina guy.
I went to UNC, man. I watched them all season.
Yeah.
Drake May, I wasn't impressed with him at all. No.
Yeah. But, he still might not be even available, So I don't really know. I hear good things and bad things about, Bo Nix. But, am I excited about that? I don't know. If I had to say, I would just probably say right now, get best available player. They have a lot of holes. I don't think this year. I think it's impossible this year for the Giants next year to put together a team that's going to go back into maybe make the playoffs, but not do anything of relevancy. The first year of Daboll. They might sneak into the playoffs. They might play a weaker opponent where they can snag a win, but I don't see them being capable of doing anything. There's way too many holes. So I would say get best available. If you can get that Snapers is the 2nd best receiver off the board behind
Harrison,
behind Marvin Harrison Jr. If they can get him, I trust for the most part. I do trust the general manager. He seems like he's made good picks. Even the 2nd round, 3rd round guys, they've been productive on the team. So I trust to see what he's going to do and where the Giants move forward. But that's the thing. I don't know. If maybe the best available offensive lineman to pair because, clearly I have no faith that Evan Neal is going to all of a sudden, be a relevant player. Maybe he could be like a Eric Flowers when he left the Giants. He moved to guard and he was a productive guard for a couple of years. Not great, but definitely deserving of a starting position where you could be a good or solid offensive guard. But yeah, I don't see him ever being capable of playing at right tackle where it's worth it.
And what do you do with Saquon? Do you do the franchise tag or do you try to give him a deal? Everybody said different things, about give him a deal. How do you feel? I mean,
honestly, I wouldn't give him franchise tag. I would let him hit the free agent market, see what's out there. I think you have a deal on the table. You say this is what we're willing. Whatever they feel is necessary to pay him, what they think is necessary, and let him go out there. If he can go out in free agency and he can blow that deal out, good for him. I wish nothing but the best for Saquon Barkley. You can't. It's just unfortunate the NFL. You cannot pay a running back
anymore
big money
anymore.
You can't.
Yeah,
it works. It works for the 49ers. Because the 49ers have elite coaching, elite offensive line. They have 3 Pro Bowl pass catchers and Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and Greg Kittle, and they have a good defense. It wasn't great in the playoffs, but they have a lot of good players.
Yeah, but George didn't do shit in the championship game or in the Super Bowl. 2
catches,
but 4 yards.
That's my man. That's my man, Steve Spagnuolo. Though his defense is at a premium.
It is.
I love Steve Spagnuolo. His ability to to coach and game plan when he give him 2 weeks. You saw it in the Super Bowl. In my opinion, the greatest Super Bowl ever with the Giants in Super Bowl 42. He took one of the most historic offenses and historic teams in NFL history, and he shut them down for 14 points.
He did.
So
he did. He shut them down. Yeah. Well, they hit Brady every goddamn play, which was beautiful.
Stop it.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about the new? Okay. So I have to ask you. Rob wants to know. You're a huge Randall fan, huh?
Yeah, I'm a big Randall fan. I mean, like, I'm a Randall fan that people always say, like, oh, I'm realistic with Randall. I believe I'm actually realistic with Randall. I see him. He's an extremely good player. I see the positives, and I do see the negatives. But he's a guy that brings winning, makes the team better, and I can't complain. And I'm not asking him to be a superstar. I'm not asking him to be better than what he is. I see him. He's a guy. There's only 3 players in the NBA that's averaged 24, 10, and 4 in the last 3 years. And that's him, Adetokounmpo, and
Jokic.
And Jokic. Only 3 players in the NBA with 24, 10, and 4 combined for the last 3 years. How do you complain about that?
They playoffs. They always complain about the play. You know, I mean, well, they haven't really done it in the playoffs.
I'm gonna just give him a pass. If this year, if he doesn't show up, if he comes back healthy from the shoulder injury, you give him the end of March and a little bit of April for the regular season to play. And he comes in healthy and then he still plays bad in the playoffs, then I'll agree with the people. But I saw that first year against the Hawks, he was the only man. They could double team him, triple team him, knock him out of the game. That was the entire game plan. And that's understandable. He was the only man on the court, and he doesn't have the type of game where he's built for speed and getting out of plays and stuff like that. You can corral a big man and not him score. The second playoffs appearance, he was legitimately injured, legitimately hurt. He had surgery in the offseason. He came back from that ankle injury to play in the playoffs, and he was hampered. Whatever percentage you want to give him, 70%, 80%, he was clearly hampered. So I'm going to give him a pass on both of those. But if he ends up not playing well in this playoffs and there's no injury or no issue, that's going to be a big problem. But I don't see that happening because they have Jalen Brunson, who is clearly, in my opinion, the best player on the Knicks. He's going to obviously make a difference now that he's coming back in his second playoffs. And the Knicks now have
depth,
like four or five guys that shoot above 40% from the three-point line. That's going to give them a lot of space. With the Knicks, though, I need to see it all together. Stop it. Keeps knocking down. My son keeps knocking. Knocking down the space bar.
Calm. He's 2 years old, dude. He's gonna. Yeah. And he tell him now when he's gonna keep doing it. Yeah. He's
mad.
Oh yeah, he's
You're mad.
You're mad. I'm mad at you. Hey, I'm mad at you. He gave the eye. Gave you the stink eye, man. But you got to be excited about the Knicks this going into the postseason.
This is even. I was genuinely excited for the Knicks with that mellow year, where the first year where they were the second seed.
Right.
And
what happened here?
Herbert and went up for the layup instead, and he got fouled or made the point. I really think the Knicks, I don't know if they would have beat them, but the Knicks matched up so well with that Miami Heat team. And I don't know. I think they'd have a much better chance than the Pacers did that year. I wouldn't say they'd win, but obviously they'd go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that would be the farthest the Knicks got since 2000. So I was a big fan of that, and I believed them. I believed in them, but yeah, this is the first time. I think say hi.
What's up? How you doing? Hello. What's up? I'm a. And he's like, whoa. He's like, hey, look at all that. So Colin, were you a Carmelo fan? Because I couldn't stand Carmelo.
Yeah, Carmelo was my second favorite player of all time.
So who's your first?
I was a big Tracy McGrady fan. Tracy McGrady was my favorite player growing up. But that's the thing. But I've learned after the years go by, Like I watched that documentary about the Redeem Team, you know,
Right.
when they came back
Right.
with the 2008,
With
and it really opened my eyes with Melo because it shows like Kobe. They were talking about